Hey everyone, so this is not the Now Project video that I was expecting to make, but because this is currently what I'm going through in my life and I'm just helping myself really fight off whatever illnesses are going around right now, I thought it was a good opportunity to share with you some of my kind of more DIY natural recipes for sick days. And especially because it's wintertime and we're all very prone to getting sick, I thought it'd be fun to share some of the more natural ways and more sustainable ways to be eco-friendly. That being said, I definitely have to say that don't be afraid to buy medicine or anything that might help you, even if it comes in plastic. Like, your health is number one, and never forget that, okay? Never forget that you are more important. But hopefully this helps you. Maybe you haven't heard of one of these before, so love you guys. Hope tomorrow I will wake up feeling amazing. And yeah.
Turn on your kettle because we are definitely going to need it today. So what we're going to be creating is a sage gargle. And sage is part of the mint family, and it's an old and time-honored remedy for irritation and inflammation of the mouth, throat, and tonsils. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to just be adding some fresh sage leaves to water, about a tablespoon, although I just kind of put whatever I felt like putting in, and you're going to kind of brew it like a tea. If you don't have access to fresh sage, don't worry, you can also use 2 teaspoons of dried sage. Once it is brewed, you're going to actually remove the tea leaves, and you're going to add a little bit of salt, probably just like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to stir it up and we're going to gargle it every 1 to 2 hours as needed. So don't swallow it, just swish and spit. I know, the sage smells so good. I want to eat it. I love sage. It just reminds me of Thanksgiving. It's such a warm herb. Then I swear by juice. If you don't have a juicer, you can actually just stick everything in your blender and then strain it with a nut bag. But I have a juicer, and I'm at my parents' house right now, and they have a juicer, so we are juicing away. I personally like to juice cucumber, kale, celery, ginger, apple, and lemon. Now, you predominantly just juice vegetables, and I only add per person 1/4 of an apple. So we were juicing for 3 people, so we added the whole apple, but typically I only do 1/4 of an apple per person. That way it's more veggies than fruit. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a sick day without soup. And I love to add spices to my soup, especially when I'm sick. I don't know, I just feel like it opens everything up a little bit more. So this is some spices that I got while I was in Colombia, and I just love to just have some warm soup, especially in the winter when it gets cold. So this is probably just my family thing, but I grew up around handkerchiefs. My dad is very traditional. He's an old school guy who always had a handkerchief in his pocket and would always share it if you were crying or needed something. So you can either use handkerchiefs while you're sick, or you can actually just make your own. So I took an old t-shirt and I just cut it up and I turned it into squares, and I've seen a lot of zero waste bloggers put them in mason jars, so it kind of ends up being like a tissue box. I've never done this myself, but I thought I'd do it for the purpose of the video because #Instagram. And then you can have a jar for dirty ones, and then you can just stick them in your washing machine and wash them and reuse them time and time again. My last one is just a ginger tea. Ginger tea is life, and I added some raw honey. Now, my personal take on honey, being a vegan, is that I only consume honey as medicine. Some people don't do that, but I believe that it's a very sacred medicine and it can do wonders for your body, so I like to use it as that. And then I'm just adding some lemon juice and then some hot water, and you got yourself a nice soothing tea for the winter.
I will see you tomorrow.